Hello guys, I'm Theme Parker and today we're gonna rank every single ride in Disneyland Park in Anaheim. This video is gonna be a long one, so let's just jump into it. Davy Crockett's Explorer canoes are alright, but it's not really a ride, so it's gonna be last one in this one. King Arthur Castle, a classic, but that's nothing special about it. Disneyland Monorail. It's maybe more like a transportation vehicle than a ride, but it can be fun if you respect simple things. Main Street vehicles are something different and make the park feel more complete. Still nothing mind-blowing though. Mark Twain Riverboat. Beautiful scenes and more importantly, a beautiful boat. Columbia Riverboat. Same as Mark Twain, but more pirate looking. Mad Teacups. It's one of my friend's favorite, but I think it is too simple to be any higher. Still fun though. Autopia. I say that I hate this ride, but it can be fun for some people, especially for little kids. Dumbo is a definition of a classic Disney ride. Still, it's just a basic one. It's cooler than Dumbo. Nemo is a weird Disney ride and I haven't figured out if it's weird in a good or a bad way. But maybe I'm tilting more to the bad side. Casey Jr. Circus Train is called a coaster, but trust me, it doesn't feel like that. It's more like a fast-paced tour of some panoramas along the way. Storybook Land canal boats show you the same panoramas as Casey Jr., but closer. It's also lower paced so you can see them better. Gadget Coaster is a fun kiddie coaster, but it's really short. Has some fun scenery though. And now we are getting to the rides that are worth riding in my opinion. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is maybe the weirdest Disney ride operating right now. Pinocchio's is another weird old dark ride. You go through the story of Pinocchio. It also has a fun jump scare. Another classic dark ride. Snow White has better scenes but pretty much the same quality as Pinocchio. Roger Rabbit's is a spinning dark ride. That's pretty much the fact why it's higher than the previous ones. It's a Small World is again a Disney classic. You'll travel through the world with dancing dolls all around you. You can also spot some Disney characters on the way. It also has the most annoying song of all time. I kinda like it though. Winnie the Pooh might be too high, but it's charming on its own way. It's pretty weird though. It starts normal, but then you enter this dream world and yeah. And the Pepper Coast effect is truly amazing. Disneyland Railroad was Walt's favorite and it has some charm. But for me, it's this high purely because of the panoramas. Buzz Lightyear is the old school version of Toy Story Mania in California Adventure. It's not as fun, but still very entertaining. And it really has a vibe. Alice in Wonderland has the old Disney feels with new effects. Some people may disagree putting this in the top 15, but it's here and it ain't going anywhere. Jungle Cruise is solid. The jokes are very bad, and that's what makes this ride so good. Star Tours is better than people say. Very entertaining, fun, and sometimes even thrilling. Also, it is different almost every time you ride it. Peter Pan is one of the most popular Disney rides. Maybe because you fly above London and never land? Or because you just like Captain Hook getting eaten by crocodiles? The best basic Disney dark ride ever, in my opinion. Top 10. Now we are getting to the best rides at Disneyland, and the rides you should try to ride every time you visit Disneyland. For the number 10. Millennium Falcon is kinda like Star Tours, but you control the story. Launching the ship into hyperspace is truly one of the best feelings you can get at Disney parks. If you're a pilot, this ride is pretty fun. If you're an engineer or a mechanic, maybe not so. I would like them to add some more missions to, like the Mandalorian, for example. Big Thunder is one of those rides every Disneyland park has, and for a reason. It is not the most thrilling coaster, but it's still very fun for all ages. You go through caves with one of them even having dynamite in them. Not a real one, but still. And the rock work is truly amazing. Tiana's Bayou Adventure is a re-theme of the fan favorite Splash Mountain and has pretty much the same layout. There is not so much animatronics as in Splash, but they are much more fluid, especially Louie and Tiana. One portion of the ride is pretty much all screens and looks a little bit cheap, but it doesn't ruin the experience, so the ride is still great. Haunted Mansion is the definition of a Disney classic. It's a great ride, but just an okay haunted house. It isn't scary, but it isn't supposed to be that. It's a family-friendly attraction after all. But you can still be disappointed if you ride this looking for thrills and jump scares. Another classic. Pirates of the Caribbean has maybe the most animatronics in any Disney ride. At least it feels like it. By the way, did you know that this ride came before the Pirates of the Caribbean movies and they added the Jack Sparrow animatronics only after that? Number 5. Matterhorn is the first steel coaster in Disneyland and maybe the most rough ride in the whole park. It is pretty scary though. The first time I rode this ride, I genuinely flinched when I saw the Yeti. You also get wet, so be ready for that. Indiana Jones is also a pretty rough ride, and it also has the highest height requirement in the park. It's maybe the most thrilling dark ride I have ever been in, and that makes it great. It is amazing effects and also some great and nostalgic moments from the movie franchise. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is truly a world-class attraction. It has great sets, clean-looking animatronics, and a fun storyline. It also has one of the best pre-shows ever, in my opinion. And also the ride vehicles, they are so innovative and work perfectly. The way they start as a part of a train and then they split into freely roaming trackless ride vehicles is great. The only problem with this ride is that some of the scenes feel a little empty and almost all of the action is happening in the walls. But other than that, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is a spectacular ride. Okay, the second best ride in Disneyland Park, Space Mountain. It even surprised me that Space Mountain made it so high up on the list. There's nothing that special on it. No breathtaking theming, no animatronics, and it is also a pretty old ride if you don't count the fact that it got refurbished a couple of years ago. But the ride is just so fun. You truly feel like you are flying in space at some moments. If I'm honest, this is probably the most fun ride I have ever been on. Who would have thought that a simple roller coaster in the dark would be so fun? And finally, the best ride at Disneyland is none other than the amazing Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. If you know anything about theme parks, you probably know what this ride is. Rise of the Resistance is maybe the most ambitious ride ever built. That does mean that it doesn't work perfectly every time, but it doesn't matter. This ride is perfect from the first pre-show to the last scene on the ride. This ride is truly spectacular. Rise of the Resistance is probably the second best ride I have ever been on. only behind Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, but let's not talk about that. There's just nothing else to say about this ride except that it is easily the best ride at Disneyland. But yes, those are the worst and the best rides at Disneyland, in my opinion. So thank you for watching this video. It would mean a lot to me if you would press the like button and maybe even subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. Thanks a lot. Peace.